On this episode of Doug's Electronic Repair Bench, we'll take a look at the AM transmitter and continue work on it. Stay tuned.
Lucy, I'm home.
Evening, YouTube. Here, still on Thursday. I'm back in the shop again. I've been working on the transistor resistor, as you can see, 300 ohms. This one's 303 ohms. I found one that was out of the three. The three resistors measured 301, 302, and 303. So they're pretty accurate. This was the most highest one, and we kind of wanted that one for the circuit. So this will mount on the circuit. But let's see if I can show you what I've got going here with the radio itself. I shouldn't say radio, the transmitter. That goes in there like that. And there's how it will mount. Now it will come down to, I think these two here is what they come down to. And that's not a problem. This actually mounts this way in the chassis. So it will be horizontal in the radio chassis or radio cabinet. So that's the way it's going to look. So I figure I've got this mounted with a screw and nut and washer, lock washer. And what I did was to grind that down with a sanding disc. Both of these, so they made a very good metal, had plenty of metal to metal. And then I put some heatsink compound between the two, and that will transfer the heat. I think that's plenty. I don't think I need it anymore. Now these wires here are just plain old hookup wire or whatever, and on the back side they are twisted together and then soldered. So they should hold rather well, I do believe. There's a view of the back side of the of that, and I still have to solder this in, but that won't be a problem. I want to get the next thing I want to do is get that shielded wire in there. So let me get off here and we'll get back to work on it. Alright, this is back one more time. Have the this end here going to this part here. That's where it worked out the best. This it's hard to see on the camera. This ties in, there's a foil here, goes all across here and goes right into here. So this is the ground point, and so that's the common point there. Now on this end, these two are tied together, as I said. That's pin 7, I think it's 7 of the 50C5, and it goes over here to pin 6 of the 12BE6, and I've got a piece of shrink wrap over there to keep the there has to be some leads sticking out. What I did was solder the ground or the shield leads together and then cut them off as short as possible, but there was a little bit sticking out, so I went ahead and put some shrink wrapper on that, keep that from shorting out on anything. And on the same thing over here, I've got a piece of black tape underneath here because of this long wire going through here. It kind of wants to tend to short out on some other stuff there, so I think that will work out alright. I hope. I could probably take it off and maybe put some heat shrink in that, but I think this will be alright. So we'll keep an eye on it. Thinking about putting something in this hole right here. There's a hole. You may be able to see that hole right there. A little hook of some kind to hold that down next to the circuit board so it stays flat on there. So I may do that, may not, I don't know. We'll see. I'll bring you back if I do. Alright, we're back once again. I have the basically everything is complete. On my little pointer stick, I have the resistor here wired in to where it goes, which is in place of the 12BA6 filament pins, I should say. Goes from one pin to the other, and that's what the 300 ohms is. Let's look at the bottom. Alright, on the bottom you can see this is the one lead of the resistor, comes around here, goes over to this one, which is the next pin on the next circuit. I should say there used to be a trace go through there, but it was so damaged I just went ahead and removed it and put a wire in there instead. And this would be the other one coming from the tube up here, which is a 12BE6, the filament strings. All the filaments are on 3 and 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one goes back to the next one. You trace it back to again 3 and 4. So like I said, it's just a continuation, and it comes around here and goes to the resistor, which is in there, which goes up to the other end of the resistor, and that's where we get our filament voltage drop, or whatever you want to call it, for that tube. I kind of like to get that a little bit more off that. Yeah, I guess there's enough room there. Anyway, now that thing, I think, completes the wiring on the circuit board. I think the next thing to do with it is to mount it in the radio and put a wire from. Now I do have the wire from the antenna. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with the antenna yet. These wires here, these two wires here, will go to the transformer, and I don't know where it's got off to, but it's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. That'll go to the white one and the green one. Red one is the center, it looks like. So, and the other side is the lower ohm side, so that will go to the audio input, which is going to be on a jack where I can plug it into the directly into the radio cabinet, and so that'll have to be done on the outside. This is the part I don't know exactly where I'm going to put this at. I might try to mount this on the circuit board if I can find room, find a convenient place that won't be in the way, or you know, something else. I don't know, it just depends. But like I say, that's where we're at and what we're doing, so you guys can see I'm making some good progress here. And I think I showed you the I know I showed you the shielded wire, so that's done. All this, like I say, is done underneath, and there shouldn't be any more wiring to do there. And let me show you what it looks like in the cabinet so you can see there is plenty of room. I think there was some concern about there not being enough room, and let me just put her in there and show you. Alright, there we can see the chassis mounted. It is in there exactly the way it's supposed to be. Now I might cut that off because that is right up against the top. That probably doesn't need to be that way because of the proximity of the top. But it's not that bad. It's not touching it. It's just kind of close. So, like I say, the what do you call it will be mounted over here. I'm not really sure where I'm going to mount everything on the other side. Obviously, the tuning dial will have to go back where it goes, and the volume slash modulation control will go over here. Tuning over on this side here, and I'm thinking that maybe the jack can go down here. Could go up on top. Antenna could go up on top. Basically what I'm going to have for the antenna is a wire coming out, I think, unless I can find some screw terminals, and then I might go ahead and attach a screw terminal top on it. But I'm going to try to put in a permanent, more permanent antenna in here and do that, and then see what I got going. But that's pretty much it for that. So it's going to be a pretty good setup, I think. I hope. But like I said, that's in there good and solid. Everything's solid now, and I like the way everything's coming out. And let's see what this looks like. It's just about too short, but it's not. It will fit. You don't have to worry about the speaker anymore being in there. So that's there. Let's see what it looks like on this side. So there you go. There's our line up there, our capacitor. I think that works out pretty good. You really couldn't tell other than the jack that's going to be on the front. And I don't have to put that on the front. I could put it in the back. But I think I want it on the front. It's easier to get to that way, I believe. Anyway, that's where we're at with this, and I think we're going to stop this video here. And it is, I'm going to get me a clock for this place. I don't care if it's the last thing I do. It's going on midnight. It's 10 till 9 till, as I said that. So that's where we're at. And let me turn my soldering iron off before I forget that. It doesn't matter when the lights go off, it goes off, but I kind of like to turn it off anyway. And that's done. Get this. I'm going to get some more of these. I'm not running low, but I like having plenty on hand, and they're not expensive, so I'm going to get some more of them. I think them go there. Maybe not. I can't remember. Maybe that goes up here. All right. Anyway, that's I'm blathering on again. You guys have a pleasant evening. Thanks for watching, and we will see you.